Retrorealms is a very cool thing. Basically, they release two games at once, Halloween and Ash vs Evil Dead. They are bundled together but can also be bought separately. The platinum condition on this game on PS5 and PS4 are entirely different. On PS4 you can get two platinums, one for each game. On PS5 however, there's one which is basically for the arcade itself. This way you can get the platinum even if you only have one of the Retrorealm games. I did previously get the platinum on Retrorealms Halloween on the PS4, and I'll be honest, that trophy was glitchy, buggy, and did leave details out in the descriptions of certain trophies. This one on PS5 is just so straightforward, so easy, and so simple in comparison. So welcome all to my first platinum trophy video. Whether you're new, been here for a little while, or for ages, feel free to enjoy, like, and subscribe. I'd offer you some water, but I can't send it through the screen. One thing I should mention is just the fact that I did technically play a little bit of the PS5 version for Retrorealms Halloween. I do have a few tickets, but that's about it, no trophies. Well, trophies for this trophy list. Like I said before, there is different trophy lists, and the one for the platinum isn't for any specific Retrorealms game. I should also mention here that there will be trophy pops which are related to specific Retrorealms games, but those do not count. Tickets are the main focus for this platinum, as we need them to collect models in the museum for either the Ash vs Evil Dead side or the Halloween side. The platinum requires you to get all items within one side, so I chose Ash vs Evil Dead as I only got Ash vs Evil Dead recently, where Halloween I've had for a long time. Also, while I've beat Halloween, I haven't beat Ash vs Evil Dead, I've just played a huge chunk of it, but that was all on the PS4 version. I guess here is where I should talk about the gameplay itself more. Both games, using Ash vs Evil Dead as an example, is a 2D pixel art side-scroller. The pixel art is genuinely amazing in every way. The colours pop, animation is smooth as a smooth criminal, ow! And the backgrounds have so much personality and depth to them. The characters and things which were not originally from Retrorealms were adapted really well, and the original creations look amazing too. The music is also just really damn good, same for the 2D traditional art. Each game is $20 for you Americans and launched at $25, but man, the developers worked overtime to make sure this game stood out for both Retrorealms games individually, and the creators definitely cared about the franchises at hand. Also, Zack Snyder worked as a character artist for this game. I'm not even joking, he's right there in the credits. Also, playing as one character in the other character's game, for example playing as Ash in the Halloween game, actually acts like a sequel to playing as Ash in Ash's game. In a way, I guess Retrorealms is just basically a more evolved version of Sonic and Knuckles. As for the tickets, they are usually in out-of-the-way spots, but you can still easily see them. Sometimes figuring out how to get to them can be a bit of a puzzle in itself. You see, you can actually switch into a twisted alternate reality known as the Nightmare Realm. The Nightmare Realm will reveal all sorts of different pathways for you to travel through, and sometimes you need to constantly switch between the two to get where you want to go for certain collectibles. There's also a limit to how long you can stay in the realm before returning back to reality. Playing this game, I had a bit of a plan here, try to get tons of tickets, but if I get to the end of Ash vs Evil Dead and need more, I can just go back to the Halloween game and play a bit more of that to get the last few. Each game can be hard at points, but not too long. This is because each game only has 10 levels, which are in 5 different worlds. I start by collecting my first trophy for trying to leave the arcade. Spoiler, it doesn't go very well. There is no visual feedback unfortunately, but the controller can vibrate. As I did play through the first 2 levels of Halloween on the PS5 version months ago, I can look at World 1's diorama and the back to see the Nightmare Realm for 2 more trophies. I then use 5 tickets to buy my first gallery item. I then play a level of Halloween as Ash Williams because you need to play both arcade machines at least once. I then get that trophy once I got on the Ash vs Evil Dead cabinet. Oh, and if you only have one of the Retrorealms games, it says access both cabinets, or at least 2 of them, because they are doing more in the future. You can literally just click on one even if you don't have it, and it does count. I did this on the PS4 version months ago. After I played 2 levels to get more tickets, I went back to the gallery and tried to get the trophy Dress for the Job That You Want, focusing on Ash or Maya's outfit, but it didn't work for me. I decided to come back to it and watch the 4 tapes for 2 more trophies.
The founder of Boss Team Games.
My name is Megan McDuffie.
They are little behind the scenes type clips and they don't really show much honestly, but one of them's cool, one that actually shows how they made the Halloween remix for this new game. Also, you don't need to watch them fully, you can just kind of skip through all of them and it works. After a quick Google, turns out for Dress for the Job That You Want, you need to stare at it for quite a while. I play more of Ash vs Evil Dead and my dumbass didn't realise the battery on my laptop was dying, which froze the recording when my laptop actually did die. This did actually end up messing up a lot of the audio on that video file too, but the trophy noises are safe luckily. I played more and after level 3-1 I got back to the gallery for more stuff. The reason I kept going back instead of just beating the whole game then spending is because one trophy requires you to boot up a purchased game 10 times. I then got a trophy for focusing on Ash's main collectible, the Necronomicon. I also love that each gallery item has sounds when you inspect them, it just adds more charm. I then got my next trophy for buying 5 souvenirs when I got the chainsaw. I went back to beat World 3 and 4, World 3 ending with this Elagos fight, which is cool because Elagos is my favourite Evil Dead villain, from the cool blue design to the electric jittering he has. 3-2 is also just an amazing level, definitely the best in the Ash vs Evil Dead game to say the least. It's set in the store Ash works at in episode 1 of the show, and also has the dolls from that. Okay, well actually they do appear in other levels too, but obviously they were made for this level in mind. You also have other things like these store clerks as enemies, one of them looking a lot like Geppetto actually. As for the dolls, they won't directly hurt you, but they can grip onto you, slowing you down and stopping you from being able to attack. They also make you heavier, which means you have to shake them off. Speaking of evil killer dolls, we know we are getting at least 4 more Retrorealms games, so do you think Chucky will be next? Also, as each one did get 1 DLC character each, Halloween getting Laurie Strode, this game getting Kelly Maxwell, do you think Chucky would have Tiffany as the DLC? Tell me which horror franchise you'd like to see in a future Retrorealms game. World 4 is set in the asylum and ends with this really good evil Ash fight. It is really fun and Ash will replicate all the abilities you can get, and I love how his icon is just the player's one but inverted and only a slight bit more scruffy. Going back to the arcade unlocks our next trophy for having 5 dioramas unlocked, as like I said I already have one for Halloween for doing the first 2 levels. After spending tickets, I then went back to beat 5-1, which ends with a fake out level complete turned mini boss with Ash's now possessed Delta. 5-2 is a great final level, and the final boss here is way better than Halloween's, shockingly so. Better scale, pixel art, animation, everything. The boss is also just way more fun to play, and opens with Kandar the Destroyer as the final boss before the Retrorealms villain the Overlord pulls him back so Ash can be killed by him himself. So yeah, this is the first game to give us Kandarian blue balls. Both phases of this fight are awesome, from the Kandarian demon himself, to of course the Overlord where you have to destroy these eyes while jumping across these platforms. Also, eyeball based character designs are a really strong niche I absolutely love, like the 3 brothers on High on Life, Eyeball from Skylanders, etc. Now victorious, I exit to the arcade and look at the Nightmare Run parts on all 5 Ash vs Evil Dead dioramas in the set to unlock our next trophy, Dark Side of the Dioramas. Wait, isn't that a lyric in Make a Man Out of You from Mulan? I go back to Halloween as Michael Myers to get 6 more tickets, as 6 is all I really needed left. With the last tickets I got the last 2 items for the Ash vs Evil Dead set. This unlocked the trophy, now that's a collection. And finally, I activate and leave repeatedly a few times on Ash vs Evil Dead to unlock the last trophy you've got next, getting us the Platinum Trophy, Arcade Wizard. The platinum here is short but definitely a ton of fun and only took me like 3 to 4 hours, and difficulty may boost it up for people, but for me, it wasn't a big issue. Oh, and also, obviously, if you want to know which Retrorealms game I prefer, Halloween is an 8 out of 10, and Ash vs Evil Dead is a 9 out of 10. Ash vs Evil Dead also could have been my game of the year if it wasn't for my literal favourite game of all time getting a deluxe remaster. I've been wanting to get into Platinum Trophy videos all year alongside the reviews, and I'm glad I now have the chance to do that. But for now, remember to like, subscribe, have a great day, get hunting and share your Platinum experiences in the comments.